before we get into this evening's live, and I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I can guarantee you I'm not going to be on for an hour, as I'm still getting over this little bit of I wouldn't say I'm like sick, but I definitely have been congested and stuff like that. Nothing serious, but I am on my regimen that will allow me to get better pretty quickly here. But a couple things here. One, I know a lot of people are looking at this and we're freaking out about, oh, it's a crypto crash and things like that, and you know how you know what's going on. But when we were live this morning, we talked about if it fell out, first target would be down to $2.50. What was it? $2.59. If it fell through that, we have a really nice back test at $2.43. If it falls below $2.43, that's where it gets interesting. That to me would be where it gets interesting. Because right now, as you see in the title, is this a crash or rather a violent back test to see if this bull market's going to continue on? Man, that is a pretty interesting background now, isn't it? But is this a bloodbath that is the end of the bull market, or is this a violent back test of to see if the bull market's continuing or if there's going to be an alt season? So, you and me both, Devin. You and me both, my friend. But I proclaimed it before. With what I have, it's going to have to force me out of this market. And right now, you could certainly, like right now, see how we had it like this to project to the third? Now we don't need to do that anymore. Now we can actually open this up like it's intended to be, just like this, because it gave us the evidence. Now we've got 3 hits on that support. We're going to find out very quickly now if this pattern is backtesting a much larger breakout. And we don't need that anymore, because when it fell through, that's what gave us the drop point. But this looks like a 3-wave correction. And for anybody who doesn't know, and you can look at this however you want. Hell, if it's not even your version of the wick off, that's fine. But I kind of taught myself everything. So we went up, first wave correction, and then we come back up, another, come back up. So if it's a 3-wave correction, it had to come back, resistance, back down, come back down. So if that's the case, I would be very happy. I would be very happy. Oh, Gun Garage, no problem, my friend. I'm just glad you're here. But you'd have, boom, first wave correction, back to resistance. Second wave correction still holds, back to resistance. Third wave, so you have a 3, it's an ABC is what you could look at it. Also like kind of like a bull flag or whatever, falling channel that we, but that's one way that I look at it. We'll see. We'll see. I'd be killing it. Honestly, I just recently bought that game when it was on a deep discount, and I've not yet got into the hardcore playset. You know, I haven't got into like the deep dive yet. I just got it a week or 2 ago. It's just I haven't had time to dive into it yet. ACH, is that Alchemy Pay? Or is that Alchemy? But that's let this be a lesson, everybody, as well. And this isn't me telling you, oh, you're bad or good. I'm saying let this be a lesson for crypto cycles. Don't chase. Don't chase. If you're somebody who chased, you need to learn this, because this is my 3rd cycle that I've been in doing this live on the air. And this is the first cycle that I feel confident in the fact that I was able to front run the entire thing where I wanted to at the actual cycle bottom from the last bull market. And now I kind of control it in my own destiny. You know, and it taught me a lot. I don't know, man. This background is trippy. It might not be able to. I don't know if I can deal with that. We might just have to go back to a, at least for today, a timeless classic. We'll just go back to this one. That's too much. I think that one, what the? Oh, I'm on my son's portfolio. Mine doesn't have commercials. I forgot I'm on his on this TV. All right. Much better. I think that's a little easier on the eyes. Can't we agree? So, but when we look at this market today, I want you guys, along with me, and you guys can tell me what you think, to focus on this. Do you think that this is the breakdown of the market, Or do you think it's just what we've been talking about the last several days? And I'll show you a deeper point. Bitcoin breaking out of the symmetrical triangle. If it's a 3-wave correction, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. If that's the case and this holds, this would be the start of a breakout after, especially if it's an ABC. Now, I guess I could say you could technically come down lower, but if it does, you know, you still want to be able to hold right here at 95. So yeah, technically, I guess I shouldn't front run that because it technically at 95 is still fine. This is just the short correction that's been formed, the short corrective moment. And it looks like a cup and handle. Like if you look on it back here, I don't think anything's changed. I really don't. I think it freaks everybody out, especially the ones who bought in, you know, right before the drop. But I still see a distinct cup and handle forming. Whoops, that looks like ass. Excuse me. While I'm fixing this, good evening. 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, February 5th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Yeah, my mind is not working because I'm seeing something in my head, and I am not drawing it out that way. I feel like I've been saying this all day to Julie. The only good thing is when I don't feel good, when I'm not doing anything, like I don't look at the charts all that often. Well, I do. That's a lie. I still do. But my mind, because I try not to do too much other stuff, I focus on analytical things. So I just turned on a basketball game last night and there was an anomaly and I'm like, ooh, this doesn't look right. And that ended up being a nice, and then today, in the Big Ten, Ohio State was playing, who the hell were they playing? Illinois, and the game was it was a very sporadic start, and there was great, it just ended up being a nice, I don't really like talking about the sports betting side, because that is analytics for me, but most people don't look at it that way. They're just throwing money into a dying breed. But it paid like 2.5 bands in the last 2 days. I mean, I'm not really mad about that, but the crypto market lost me like, 3 bands? Or 7 bands, I should say. So, yeah, I got to take the good with the bad. Anyhow, I still see a cup and handle here forming. Now, shit, that still looks so bad. Like, come on, Tom, you can draw this. I know you can't see straight today, but when can you really see straight? You only got one eye that works. That's what I always tell myself. So maybe there we go. Something like that. Nice cup and handle. Oh, the NASDAQ's going to get hammered. Oh, you guys think you've seen anything in crypto? This is front running what's coming tomorrow, folks. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. I'm just trying to get myself ready for what's going to happen. Like the commodities markets, it may initially look bad, but the COMEX is having problems. There's a lot of things going on the commodities and precious metal. You guys, okay. We don't speak politics here, but in the USA, what's going on right now is they're talking about all the tariffs, while at our Mexican border, we've got so much military action going on that I'm pretty sure we're going to war with Mexico imminently. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But again, that's just my own personal understanding of what I'm seeing develop right now. Let's see. I lost 50,000 today at gains. Yep. I hear that, Jennifer. I definitely hear that. You thinking all the crypto will tank on the market? No, not crypto. Crypto is front running what's going to happen in the stock market tomorrow. Crypto's already tanked. Crypto has already tanked. And what I think is happening here is it's strategically done with crypto. ETFs are closed. 8th straight Sunday this has happened. I believe on 5 out of the 7 prior, we pumped on Monday. All 7 we went up on Monday, but one Monday, I believe we fell back through in the negative by the end of the day. This is the question, everybody. Pay very close attention right now. I see a lot of the questions. Are we going lower? Well, before we go lower, let's find out what you need to do real quick so I don't have to talk about this again at all. If you're looking to trade crypto, because I'm going to get this a bunch of times during the live too, my video description below, I don't like to talk about this because I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I just talk about my exchanges. It's in my video description below on this live. It's also on my homepage on YouTube. So just go to my YouTube page, Click on the link, and then you get this. BITUNIX is what I personally would prefer, or what I would present to you if you're just trying to trade, or if you're trying to find the lowest spot in leverage trading fees and the lowest maker-taker fees, and it's a no KYC exchange, so it's off the books. Now, let's just put it that way. You can do the KYC, but you can trade in privacy, and that's got so much stuff there. That's my personal recommendation for what I do if I can. And then when I hold things like my cash or whatever, I put it on the crypto.com and the crypto Visa card. And then on their side, because they have the whole stock market stuff now in the last couple. It's just a whole bunch of stuff now, and you get the FDIC backing if you have it in USD. It's a whole big thing. But that's my recommendations. Other than that, if you ask me about the exchange, I don't use them. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, if you want to send a donation, yada, 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 so on and so forth. But I've used a lot of exchanges, got screwed by some. Nothing substantial except for Uphold still holding 1,000 of my XRP. Well, Julie's. And then Kraken, I had an issue where trying to withdraw about $4,000 worth of a token, and for 4 weeks it went in limbo. So that was the last time I ever used the exchange, and that was a few months, well, more than a few months now, about a half a year ago when that happened. So, you know, very, very suspect on a lot of the exchanges, so I update you as I go. And I've been steady on the BITUNIX I've loved since I've finally realized that they never suspended XRP and things like, oh, it's just a life changer, game changer. So, are we going to the bottom? No. With what I'm seeing right now, absolutely not. Not yet. If it breaks this, oh, we're fucked. If it breaks this, it's putting in the Batman top, or at least a topping reversal. Does anybody remember a few days ago when we talked about the possible hangman? I said it's not going to be a popular discussion, but we're going to talk about it because this is the exact same thing that happened in 2021. A little bit different, but the hangman ended up forming, and then we... So here's where we have to distinguish what is really going on. Ready? Here is my fight that I'm having with myself. And let's go to XRP first. XRP in the weekly, that looks brutal. I mean, I know what that says. That is a top, or that is a long leg doji reverse. That's a doji reversal candle. Let's just put it that way. That's a bearish reversal doji. So on the onset, that doesn't look great. But then when you start to realize the understanding of where we're at on the chart, these could just be the perfect backtest. ETFs are closed, and we could very quickly start front running this market again. I mean, I've seen this more times than not now. Yes, Mike, it absolutely could. Mike, welcome in, by the way, too. It absolutely could. It absolutely could. I know I keep seeing the XCN. Well, not really, actually. I'm actually curious about XCN. No one's bringing it up anymore. Why is anybody talking about it now? Why? It came down a little bit? Nobody cares about it now? This is when you guys should talk about it. You know, this is where you can get a real opportunity. Well, at least we front ran this. At least I was nice enough to keep showing this. But, you know, this is, if this breaks through, that's where it can go. So just don't shoot the messenger. But I mean, some people have asked me, Tom, why don't you just swing trade this market? I don't like swing trading. If I'm going to do something, I like to build into something, and then I like to, but like this is the number one lesson I hope ever. Nick, welcome in as well. Nick, I really appreciate you being in here. That's what I like to hear. That's what I'm saying. I was hoping for some XCN questions because it's in a weird spot right now. So, you know, there's a chance if it holds this 200 day. I'm telling you that. Let me finish my point real quick, and then I'm going to go on about me babbling about some of this market. So, the one thing I was trying to teach this time, unlike last time it was an all or nothing. If you guys remember the first bull market we were in, it was everything, and when we're ready to sell, it's all coming out because we're going to have a big multi-year bear market, and we already knew it before it happened. So when we had sell out XRP and the Ross, XRP happened to be at $1.66. But like I told everybody, I didn't sell it from $1.98 all the way back down to 90-something cents. I waited for it to come back up on the presumable push out, and it failed at $1.78. And I said, oh, shit. We are in some trouble here. And then when it got to $1.66, I'm like, it's over. Like, this is literally over. So, like, sitting through this, that isn't even nothing yet. Think about it. In the last bull market, we went from 45 cents all the way up to $1.98 and had to watch it go down to 91 cents or whatever it was. I wanted to buy more algo yesterday until Tom said the market will crash on. I appreciate somebody mentioning that. It's all on illusion. Thank you for the $5 donation. Charts are telling me there's a deal to be made about fair trade this week, as well as some kind of crypto announcement. Absolutely. Who just said that? It's all an illusion. Not only in Tom's Army for 3+ months with the XRP Meteor, but also the $5 donation. But that's a beautiful comment. It does seem like something big's going to happen here. And the one who talked about algo, I specifically said for anybody who was looking to buy in the market about Sunday, I said 7, and Crypto Cooter said, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month. He said, I wanted to buy more algo yesterday until Tom said the market will crash on Sunday. So thankfully I waited and was not disappointed at all. That's what we want. That's what we want. There's so many good deals right now, depending on what you're looking at. But here's the funny thing. Remember that drop we talked about Ethereum? How long ago did I put that drop to 2,774 on there and said, hey, if this is going to be something big, we're going to have to make that inverted right arm. I said this so many times, and I said that 2,774 is basically the make it or break it area, unless, yes, we could have an overzealous wick down to 2,450, I suppose, but that would invalidate the short-term inverse head and shoulders. You know, this is an interesting drop because it absolutely took out that inverse right arm now on the smaller inverse right arm. Literally, that's all we had to do. And we're, even if this is a rising wedge, we're going to have a bounce up. And I keep saying this, we're going to get up to that 4,200 mark one more time. It has to. I mean, I suppose nothing has to. But it's so weird because, I'm sorry, but is anybody seeing an ABC you can call it a 1, 2, 3 correction. I don't really give a fuck. ABC correction. But I definitely am seeing a 3-wave correction. That's a mini 3-wave correction that's already happened now. Like, you can look at it in the smaller. It's so weird how this is set up. It's just so weird. But that oh man, I don't really want to show you the weekly candle. It is brutal. That's a brutal reversal. Well, I mean, it is. We're going to need to have some voodoo this week. And how many times, and I don't want to keep pressing a point, but this last week I said so many times, I've seen this candle so many times that turns in what looks like almost an inverted hammer. This one starts out somewhat indecisive, and then it turns into a reversal to the downside. We talked about that fake out candle because it got the rejection at 108, which isn't what we wanted. No, make XRP great again. No, we're getting through the sluice right now. This is what we need. And, like, I see a lot of people that are disappointed with XRP right now. And, like, all I keep telling myself is, Tom, XRP's at $2.58 when you were buying it with the audience. And you guys already know, I've got my money back for what I put into XRP. I'm very strategic. All my stuff I own, I have my stuff back, except for XLR and the ones I bought recently on all these drops. And then I'll continue to just keep adding more to certain things like DGB. You know, there's certain things that are going to punch you in the face right now and say, hey, take a look. But this is what I want. I want panic. I want blood in the streets. Like, we need this. Where's the crypto fear and greed index right now? No way it's at 60 still. Impossible. There's no way it's at 60. That can't be right. Is it really at 60 still? How can it be at... My brother and I always wait for your updates before making moves. Appreciate you. I appreciate that, Jennifer. And thank you for the $4.99 donation. And also being in Tom's Army. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. How is it at... Oh, yeah, it won't update until 7. That's right. You're right. I forgot about that. Oh, good. So the other one's working again? The only reason I have it on this is because the other one wasn't... It's been stuck at 50. Oh, there we go. It's about time. 47. Alt season's at 40. Look at that. We're not even, we never hit alt season yet. That's the good part of this. Man, oh man, it has been a bloodbath though. But what I'm seeing here is it's not necessarily what it makes it out to be. I really am having a hard time with this. Because everything I'm seeing, like, I always tell you guys, one thing I try to, okay, two things. One, we've talked about this cycle, the importance of taking profit. Do we understand now? When we're up between 7 and 10x, will you ever not take at least 1x back now? No, you will not. And when you buy in from now on, when you listen to me, will you not buy in exactly what you want or a little bit more just so you can sell? I think so. You'll buy a little bit more with me next time. So that's why when I say I have 10,000 XRP, I have more than 10,000, but no matter what I decide to do, I won't go below 10,000. So, and there's things with other things, like I'll have 100,000 on something, or I'll have 500, or whatever the case may be. The whole point is by the time we're at where we're at right now, you should have all your money back invested if you've invested with me and then some. You know, I've made so much money on this bull run, and I have so much money still in that I would have never fathomed because some things ran first. And then by taking the 1x out of XRP and the 1x out of this and the 1x out of that, I was able to then pour into other things. And then H-bar stalled, and now H-bar is up to 20-something cents. And then that stalled, and now that's up to this. And then that stalled, and now that's up to... So it's like the perpetual well-oiled machine now. And now I'm literally, I had like $50,000 on the sideline right now. Even after starting to pay the first round off on my house stuff that I did with the kitchen and the windows, I still have to pay 2 more. Because, you know, you pay them before, you pay them during, and you pay them after. But it allowed me to have that FU money so that I could do what I needed to do, but also be in the market as heavily as I wanted. And that's something I'm trying to teach the audience, because that's something for crypto. This is the first time I've had to play it this way. Thanks, avoided this plunge on new blessings. Back in. I appreciate that. But I mean, I'm not giving you my blessings. Yeah, you got to make this decision right now because we had a brutal candle close. It's a brutal candle close, but at the end of the day, it does seem like in the charts, something bigger is setting up here. Now, this could, we hope this isn't a Batman, but I almost, oh my God, it's such a weird pattern how extended out this is. I mean, if it comes down from here, it's going to be a bloodbath. I can tell you right now, if we don't get a bounce right now, and Nick already knows this because he knows where that FVG is, the monthly, this could turn into a bloodbath very quickly if this doesn't gain the exposure right now. Like right now. Joseph Kupiak, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, appreciate you, brother. Look at that. The brother and sister both sending some donation. That's amazing. Amazing. Look, I even came on twice today not feeling good, even in a bloodbath. I think any reputable person would come on during the drop because that's when the money's really made. There's no money made when the market's going up. That's the common misconception. Just because your portfolio is going up, you really didn't make anything. You made it before. Joseph says, for sure, Tom, I pulled enough out to buy a new Tahoe. How cool is that? What? In 23 minutes, he fell asleep?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, he was tired.
Yeah, he had a fun time in the bed.
Holy crap, there's 400 people in here? Wow. And they say you don't get a lot of viewers when the market drops. I dare say that if we're having a big crash, more people decide to tune into me for some reason. But I'm sorry, guys, but there's something not smelling right here. This don't feel right. This don't feel right. This don't feel right. Because one of the key things that we always talk about, and we'll go from Bitcoin from this standpoint, it's very easy to see. My chart, on this chart, it's so easy to see. Yes, please hit that like button. We've got 25% of you have hit the like button. Is that what it is? No. 35% or something. I don't even care. Honestly, just thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. If you didn't hit the like button, so be it. You know what? The market sucks today. I wouldn't hit the like button either. How about that? I'm going to take it out on Tom. The market sucks, so, you know, I accept it today. You're not going to give in and hit that like button, and that's fine. But look, if you're looking at it if the market's good or bad, right now, It's resistance, resistance. Now, if it would have went resistance down, resistance, then it's one thing. But we went resistance, resist. Oh, symmetrical triangle, breakout, support, support. Wait a minute, we're still on the top side of this hitting support. Even with that big ass drop, we're still on the top side of support. So until this turns into hitting it up, here, ready? I'm going to give you all a lesson. If you're trying to figure out support or resistance, you have no clue what the hell any of this means. So let's just say for some reason you have no clue what anything means, but you can identify the pattern. So then you're like, well, Tom, how do I know if it's bullish or bearish at the exact moment? Well, you've drawn the pattern out. Right now, bearish, 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 maybe bullish. Hold, a little more bullish. Failed breakout. Doesn't look good. Oh, still bullish. Failed breakout. Oh, doesn't look. If it holds it here, third time's a charm if it doesn't break through, and you're going to end up swinging around in a rather profound way, and you're going to say, holy crap, was it worth it? Because remember, for all great moves, you need the liquidity. We're just hoping that liquidity wasn't created when, boom, oh, this is a massive liquidity zone, bam, and then you would end up right there. Remember the 74K? That's why I show you everything before it happens, no matter which way it is, so that you are not surprised. But I have a strong feeling that, I have a strong feeling we might be in for something in the stock market tomorrow that we haven't seen in a while. Good, bad, or indifferent. We're going to be something. Pretty sure Tom manifested this crash, honestly. I kind of feel like, we always talk about manifestation, but at a certain point, I sometimes ask myself, like, do you have some kind of secret key? Because it seems to follow the kind of projection you draw on the chart. No matter what the pattern is, if you draw a projection, like right now, am I manifesting it too far down to 74? Am I saying that this is about to bounce out? In my heart of hearts, I want to say this is an inverse head and shoulders. That it's just trying to grab the liquidity, but I still know 74K would be the drop point if this doesn't hold the back test. And because we broke out of a symmetrical triangle and are back testing it, the only thing to say is it's still bullish. Now, I understand mass manipulation. That's why I always say if it plays true, because if it was just up to the charts, it would play true based on what it's showing us. But, B says this market is giving me the shits. You are... I sense there's no lies detected in that comment. But right now, this is, woo. I would like to see a little bit of green here, but it's still Sunday. This is the unfortunate part. It sucks that it's still Sunday. Can we get a break and get off the weekend? Well, maybe we don't even want to get off the weekend. But no, I think this is the least of our worries, honestly. I think this is the least of our worries. I really do. Because I can't help but believe that we are going to war with Mexico now, and I don't want to believe it. But, and I know we have a lot of Mexican friends in this audience as well, so. Well, unfortunately, in the morning, my son's got school and stuff, so it's back to the grind of the work week and the stuff there. On Monday where I am, and it's coming back up. Awesome. See, it's Monday where he's at. Tom is behind this crash laughing. Hey, I may, maybe it is tied in. Did any of you ever watch Once Upon a Time, how they have the book and the stories are already created? We're just reading through them. Maybe our story's already been created and we're actually just flipping through it. Isn't that kind of freaky to think? In some kind of weird matrix way, like this has already happened and we're just kind of reliving it together with our combined energy and spirits. We're like, let's see what we did right and wrong. Now, I don't want to be that person. I have for a few weeks, just in case we are topping. I've been warning you to take profit and then some, and then just be on the house's dime because, yeah, you might not get all 10x. Maybe you get 7x. Maybe you get 8x. Maybe you get 4x. Maybe you get 2x. The point is all that 2x is profit or 5x is profit because you've already taken your initial investment back by this time. If you haven't, that's fine too, because you could be a long holder that doesn't want tax implications and all this other stuff. Hey, Tom, I have a video for you. Now you mentioned that. Ooh. Gun Garage said, can I take my like back? You sure can, actually. You can take your like back. But we'll see. I'm trying to kill time here to see if we can hold this $2.53 because I can only say so much tonight because the old voice is kind of I'm stringing along right now. It's all an illusion. Weird Matrix moment. Black Hawk Down. The movie is based on Somalia conflict. Black Hawk crashed last week. Trump struck CIS leaders. I know. That's oh my god. Trust me, I get it. Oh man, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 2 months now. That is awesome. Well, now it's 3. See, YouTube is having problems because that's the 3rd month badge. Runway 33. How much has been liquidated today? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, let's see. Let's go into the Bitcoin liquidation map. Ooh, we went all the way through that 96 liquidation. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to go to my... I don't want to get off this page on this one. Just want to see something real quick. Sorry, I'm taking a minute. I just want to see something. I remember they had an options thing in here. Whatever. We'll look at it the way that I usually do. Let's go back to the Bitcoin one. Whoops, the Bitcoin one real quickly. Let's take this into like the 2-day. I mean the 1 month. Because we're gonna form a lot of liquidity to the top side, guys. I'm just saying. Trump coin's new pick is toilet paper. Well, you guys all know what I think about that with the meme tokens. Finally, I agree with that. Fuck. We knew we were screwed in this range earlier because we've seen all of this liquidity down here. We've literally taken out billions and billions of dollars here. I'm talking like, man, it was a lot. The good news is we've got, you know what? I really do think this is all bullshit, this drop. Honestly, you know what? Tom, I sold everything. Should I wait for tomorrow to buy back in? Oh my goodness. That's probably the toughest question you could ask me right now. Because there's so much topside liquidity and there's one big setup. Man. It really does look like they're trying to push retail out, but for you to sell it all today and then want to, man, that's the tough part. Because even if you sold right now, you just took all that implication on the taxes, and now you're going to have to remember. See, this is the untold story, especially if you don't have a lot of money to back it up. Let's say you have $25,000. Just hear me out. Let's say you have $25,000 in profit, and you're in a low income class, and they only take like 10 or 15%. Let's just do it based on 10%. So you make 25 grand. Now you got to have 2.5K that you cannot reinvest in the market. Just think about it. You can't reinvest in the market. You got to put to the side for taxes because we're assuming you don't have disposable income. And most of my audience is like this. So, and it's not too long since I was like this as well. But you now instead of having 25 grand, you got 22.5K. Let's just be realistic. So now if you bought it, it depends where you sold it. It depends where you sold it. So let's just say you sold at 310. Well, right now you could already buy it back, obviously. You know, but if you sold it at 258 because you were nervous and all of a sudden it stopped at, you know, in my not so distant past when I wasn't sure what I was doing, do you know how many times I would hold on in a market cycle, not knowing what a cycle was, and then all of a sudden it has a correction and I sell out and I'm like, oh my God, I did so good. I 4 or 5 times what I put in. And then all of a sudden, by the time I'm buying and selling and buying and selling, even though if I would have just not sold one damn time at all, because you're trying to chase the market out. Now it went down 15% across the board. Now, eventually, it's going to have even a 10 or 15% day. That might not even take back 5% of the move that already came down. But in the semblance of where the price is today, you're going to see it and say, oh my God, it's up 10%. And I got to buy back in. And then you start buying and selling and buying and selling. Yes. Well, Dennis, I mean, it depends what Trump decides to do with certain tokens. Like I said, for XRP, if an exchange isn't reporting it, I'm not doing the favor for them because they want to say it's a security in the government. They confused me is all I'm going to say. I've been confused. I don't know. You know, they told me XRP was a security and they're fighting the appeal. So as far as the government's telling me, I'm selling nothing different than just security. So I'm not going to pay a crypto on it, a crypto tax. So anyhow, if you sell though, technically if you sell your crypto, you sell XRP into a stable coin, it's a taxable event. You made a sale. It's not XRP anymore. Even if you sell it into the RLUSD stable coin, but what the plan is under Trump, if they actually follow through, which would be great, if you sell your crypto out into a stable coin or you keep it on the exchange and you're not actually selling it out to put into your bank account and or you use it for purchase, then it wouldn't be a taxable event. But that hasn't happened, all of it yet. But you wouldn't pay a crypto capital gains tax. They categorize it a little bit differently than a normal security for crypto. They give you a higher tax bracket on crypto for some reason. But then if you understand the tax code, it's really layered up against your actual income. So it's a little different than it seems. But they're different tax events though. The security that they're saying it is a crypto. It's not. Crypto is a higher tax bracket than a normal security. I know it's capital gains, but the way that they have this stupid thing in the USA, it's crazy. Only Trump coin resisting. I don't know what that means. Like resisting the temptation to buy or resisting the drop. So you see all this liquidity, everybody at 110. 111, well, maybe 110, 108, 500 plus million at 108,000. Wow. Only Trump coin resisting the drop. Let's see. I haven't looked at it. The last time I looked, it was at 27. It ain't resisting nothing. I don't think. It looks like it's just getting ready. Well, maybe it's resisting it a little bit. Well, my friends, I mean, this is where on most exchanges it got listed. Some of them got listed when it was at around here. This is where a lot of them got listed. Now, fortunately, on some of them, you could have got it $4, $5, $6, or $9, but the majority of retail wasn't getting in until about 27. Those were the early ones. Most of them got in at about 50 because most YouTubers started talking about it at 50, 60, 70. It's a convenient way for a lot of YouTubers to make money, you know. When you get offered money to advertise something, it is lucrative. It is. It can be lucrative. It's blood money. You got to remember that. I'd rather make money because of my audience, not make money on the backs of my audience. There's a big difference. People are always, I think it's subjective. I don't think it's subjective at all. I think you either have a humanity, or you either have integrity or you don't. You either have a humanity quality or you don't. It's that simple. You can't teach it. But look at this. This is brutal. This is fucking brutal. Because it just, I don't know what they're talking about. I think you mean make money with your audience. I don't know if I said it the wrong way, so be it. But yeah, I want to make, what I meant was I'm not trying to make the money by you guys selling all of your shit and buying into garbage. So what I meant is I'm not going to push some stupid meme token like the GOAT token where I was offered 100,000 token. Like, you guys don't even understand. I cost myself 6 figures in like a matter of a week. But for the good reason. They offered me, I said it 100% when it happened. I showed you guys the document when they sent me it. They wanted to give me 100,000 freaking GOAT tokens to push my audience on it. And the wording of it was to push it because it was on the XRP, whatever. The point is there was a set price to sell it at $1.18, and I would have been able to buy in at 40 something cents. Well, I wouldn't even have bought. They would have just sent me the tokens. It was at, what was it, 42 cents? So, yeah, this is something we talked about for the last couple of weeks. I was very adamant. About at least taking 1x back so that you could get your money back. And I've been saying it when XRP was in the 330, 343. I hope my audience at least had the wherewithal to take their money back. It's a lot easier to be in a market when it's doing this, when you don't have any real nuts in the game. Like, this could suck. I told you that weekly was the worst it could possibly be. That reversal. That's an engulfing candle to the nth degree. But it's also Sunday. There's also, man, it doesn't feel right though. This doesn't fucking feel. Oh, it doesn't feel right. When it was going up, it didn't feel right. So we suspected a big dump was coming. Unless they're just dumping it back down to where we started. Which one is XRP net? I keep seeing everybody talk about XRP net. I forgot from earlier. It's brutal. We just gotta let this bleed. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Calabri. Tom is brutally honest as anti. I try to be. Stop loss trigger, took minimal profit. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. It hasn't yet. Don't get me wrong, it hasn't come to it yet, but this is my biggest fear coming true right now with that. Oh man, I wish it wasn't, but it is. This is exactly what it would do. How many times have I said we took the elevator up? You take the stairs down. I am not throwing away 100K. I can assure you of that. I'm not rich enough to throw away 100K. I believe me. That weekly is horrible. Now the monthly is getting questionable as well. Oh boy. It's only the night before the crash. I mean, that's what it feels like. Yeah, but it's pulling back. It could, if it goes, I understand it's 3 days into the monthly, but if you pull back any farther than this, the next drop down is 209, and then it turns into a monthly reversal. Like, generally, look at we started with the daily reversal, turn into the weekly reversal, just study it. And then the natural progression would be the daily reversal if it keeps going. And at some point, we're going to have a volatile swing back up, but where does it come from? This isn't a Ripple thing, guys. This is the market. This is my biggest fears coming true in literally 2 seconds. Like, this is literally everything I was fearing for 3 weeks, and now it's happening, unfortunately. But the bottom line is all this came down to a support structure. The problem is it even going to hold? Can it hold? You know, this is where it gets dangerous. We know Bitcoin can come down to 95,300 technically. XRP's bleeding. Like, it's bleeding. It is absolutely bleeding. Well, that rejection at 314 is what first got me not so happy. The last few days when I came on and said, you better take me seriously, I was saying it for a reason, right, guys? You know what I'm talking about. And now if we go any lower, it's going to start. There's a chance that some of my positions just have I have sell triggers on them. So, you know, some of them when they hit the 5x mark, they're going to just sell out. Some of them when they hit the 4x or some of them, that's going to suck. I did see that. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's one of those things in this economy right now, in this environment. This is what you want. You want to see blood in the streets. Now we're having liquidations, okay? And now these are liquidation style events. This is where the nitty-gritty is happening. If you're looking to buy, I would definitely get it right with the exchange right now, because in the midst of these drops, we're looking at about a drop down. If I had to guess, Bitcoin could come all the way down to that 95K area and take out all of this liquidation. After that, there's not much to take out. Then it comes back to this 108. I would not, guys, listen, how have we traded this market? There's no fucking, there's no way. There is no way. Tom, do you have a Discord? No, I tried that before. But it got overrun by bad actors. But we have, look at all this liquidation. We've literally got 2, 3. Got over 10 billion, 11 billion, somewhere about 10 to 11 billion of liquidation here on Bitcoin. If it goes anywhere between when it starts at 106, from 106 to 110, there's about $10 billion of liquidation. I'm telling you, this one's gonna sting for some. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna sting for everybody. I'm just saying, if you took money, it's not gonna hurt as much, or if you bought it, it's not gonna hurt as much. But if you bought this at 330, when I kept saying, hey, you got to ask yourself, is this FOMO if you're buying it in here, but you weren't buying it at 35, 45, 55, 75, 9, you know? But this is where you're going to have to deal with your emotions. This is when we're going to, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Is it all bullshit or is this a reality? I bet you're glad you did, anti-communist. Bet you're glad you friggin' did. Just like everybody should be. Well, Did you see the news that Canada is creating an I did see that, B, honestly. I didn't know if it was real. I'm not from, what the hell is going on here? What, this don't want to work now? Let's go to Bitcoin. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I'm almost done, guys, though. I'm hitting my wall, honestly. Not because I want to. I'm just getting very hot. But XRP's liquidation, we've seen Bitcoins. Remember when we were like, oh, crap, we're screwed. $2. Remember all that liquidation on XRP down here in this range at 238? We talked about it this morning and yesterday that there was so much liquidation down here. But now look at this. Look at all this liquidation. 50 billion at 297 now on XRP. Look at the amount of liquidation here now. I have a hard time believing they're not going to come take the short traders out. That's what I'm expecting, Hustle. I'm expecting that last push up, and then I'm expecting a massive crash. So whatever that next leg up is, if we do in fact have one, that is where I'm going to offload a lot of my crypto, FYI. If it doesn't play the 5 legs out or the 5 waves of the Elliott wave, I'd be very surprised. But, you know, nothing's ever 100%. But I really do think, no, I've never seen this much liquidation up there, ever. I do this all the time, showing this liquidation. I've never seen it like this. And guys, what I'm not saying is this is the 24-hour. This isn't a monthly. This is 24-hour liquidations that would happen just from the last 24 hours. Everybody thinks the market's over. You think, look at this, guys. If you don't think we're going to come back up there again, I think we're all missing the point. You see how there's diddly squat for liquidations? I mean, I'm serious. Look how little liquidation there is down at. What's the point of coming down here now? Look at it. I've never, ever seen this much liquidation set up for XRP like this. Ever. Look at this. This is crazy. I can't even believe it. $485 billion in short liquidations at $3.22. Wow. I think we're coming back up one more time, and then they're going to drop the hammer. I really do. I think that they're going to bring this market up one more time, grab all of this liquidation, and I don't think we're going to possibly go up to that $5 and whatever. We might just end up here and having the ultimate top here. So if we come into this liquidation zone, we have to make a very big plan at $3.40 area to be thinking about it. I don't know if this is the black swan, but this ain't good. But I got to go, everybody. I'm going to go, I got to go do what I'm doing. XRP at 236. So we're just going to watch it. And there's so much liquidation up, but this is brutal. This is brutal. It depends where they're looking to use the RLUSD. Are they willing to get their hands dirty, Ripple? Because this looks like a constricted effort to trick everybody into crypto. Yeah, see, there's a massive plan here. They're trying to liquidate everybody who's on leverage right now for some reason. This is fascinating. You tell me that's normal? Look at XRP right now. Fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. That's why it's a slippery slope, man. Once you break that first support, that's why it's slippery. Because now all of a sudden you can clearly see the topping formation. The only thing left to hold us up is that $1.82 and $2.09. Once it breaks past there, you might as well just say goodnight. No, once it happens, it happens. Now we could pot. The whole market's going to do it now. Now it's basically at the point of, hey, now some of them are back below their bear market territories. If you think about it, some of these are back below bear market territory already. Some of them never even had the run they were supposed to. They liquidated to buy your bag. They sure did. They absolutely did. This is everything we warned about for the last fucking 2 weeks, and now it's happening in real time. But just remember, on every great drop to start, there's always going to be that pushback up. That's why I'm smiling. I know what's going to end up happening. So many people are going to sell the drop, and they're not going to wait for that rebound. Even if it's a bearish rebound, it's coming. The problem is they just dumped off 14% again on XRP. That's what sucks about it. So that rebound might just be up to the next spot. No, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. By having a drop like this, It would be very underwhelming, but in my opinion now, I think my mindset's changing here a little bit. I'm going to stick to the fact, unless the market proves different to me, that I am now lining up my sell order, at least a portion of it, to see how it plays out. When in fact, XRP takes out this massive liquidity. I've never seen anything like this, actually. I've never seen anything like this liquidity-wise. Look, we just came through. Remember that liquidity we talked about, the 400 billion or whatever that was down here, and then 302. We just came through all of that. We're running out of spaces. Remember 209? That's why this is such a desirable area to drop to. But look up here. Like, this is, I mean, unbelievable. You think this is bad? Wait till we get up to 330. And look at this. It appears to me everybody's betting their life savings that this is done and it'll never go back up here. Whew, that is so much fucking money. Look how many or short traders are out if it comes back up. That is such an extreme amount of money that I would, man, I don't know how they don't come back up there. It feels like we might have, I mean, this, normally when you think you bottomed, you have that one more strike out, and I think that's what we might have just did. I think we're going back to 340 at some point here. I do. There's too much liquidity. I remember every time we were going up, and like this time, we seen all this liquidity right here. And we're like, oh, fuck, we got to go down, way down there. That's what we're hitting right now. All that liquidity we seen. Haven't felt this level of panic since my wife discovered my Ashley Madison account back in 2012. Well, out of fairness, you can just tell your wife it was a case study to see if you were still attractive or not. Because after all, you know, can't really trust what the wife says about how you look, right? I mean, I guess you could, but am I going to say you're hideous? Well, I guess some would. What am I talking about? That's a slippery slope already. But, pay attention to the market. Man. I do. There's too much liquidity. Right now, everybody panicked. It's over. This is what you call a liquidity crash because of panic. Everybody was fearful. There's no ETFs to hold up. This is, you know what's crazy about this? This is retail right now. ETFs are closed right now. This is straight up retail. Most of this is retail. I have a strange feeling. 484 viewers. Holy crap. I don't know what the most viewers I've had. I really don't. I know we've hit 500, but I think we've had 500 before. What's happening? Well, for a few days, I got criticized for talking about how meme tokens, when that happens, they tend to mean maybe not a cycle top, but at least a local top. And you cannot have a bull push when you, when I'm having a hard time because I'm reading some of the people that lost so much money. But the problem was with all the Trump, listen, it wasn't just Trump's token. It's the meme tokens, okay? It didn't start with Trump's token. Everybody keeps saying it started with Trump. It didn't start with Trump's token. It started with the GOAT token and the fucking fart token and the fucking Pepe's and all that shit. That's what it started with. Everybody's going to tell me Pepe's the next big thing since balls and whatever. It's what everybody told me about all these other ones too. When money gets taken out of utility to fund the meme tokens, it's got to come from somewhere. And this is something different, though. I think I'm dead serious. I think people are panicked right now. I think people are panicked for the simple fact that they don't know what's going to happen. They see all these tariffs. They don't know what they're going to do. They really don't know. And I think they're pulling out of markets right now. But remember, money finds yield somewhere. So where's that yield going to be found? Is it going to be found in the commodities, gold, silver? Remember silver when I said it was down 1 point something percent to start. And I said, well, that's going to happen right off the bat. But then what? I want to see what happens after that initial overreaction. Remember, silver overreacted down to $30.68. It was down. It was starting to overreact a little bit. But I've got a strange... If we're switching cycles right now, I'm going to be very, very... Well, not happy about crypto. But if we're finally flipping into the other cycle that we've been waiting for... But this is a saber tooth of an event. But you gotta keep it in perspective. You know why I show you those liquidation maps? To keep you ahead. For you, my man, one day when I'm in Michigan. Hey, Derek, if you're watching this, I love that. See, and some people have been watching my lives. Listen, this is from somebody you all respect, Tanya, and she's a Canadian. Listen, I just listened to your live, Tom, and this was the one earlier where I got a lot of criticism. I honestly don't know how to feel. I know you're so right about a lot of things. As a Canadian, I'm angry at the U.S. We are fucked. And that's Tanya. That's our beloved Tanya. And there's a lot of things going on. And I've also got the thing, oh, the U.S. is fine. We're the second leading nation, exporting nation. Do you realize we are the world's largest importer and we actually import more than you export? That would be like saying I have $1,000 that I take in. Just hear me out. That'd be like me saying I make $1,000. So the U.S. imports 3.2 or exports $3.2 billion in 2023, I believe it was. They exported. Sounds good on paper. So let's say I made $3.2 billion on the products I sold. Well, the imports I had to take in amounted for $3.8 billion in the same time. So wouldn't that mean I'm technically underwater by over $500 million in the whole export versus import? That's where I draw the line. It's crazy what's going on here. What is wrong with everyone? If you hold XRP, you hold the future of finance. Like I said, I've said this before and I'll say it again. A lot of the problems right now for a lot of people are, no, I'm vehemently against making Canada a state to ours. They're their own country for a reason. That was decided long ago, and I don't think we have any reason to go down that road. I'm telling you guys, in the USA right now, it's not being talked about, but this could be the event that... Oh, man, I don't even want to go there, but what I see at the border right now is not being talked about. At the Mexican border right now, there are troops galore down there, and it's very hard to find it on the back channels, but if you know somebody down there, they can give you the information. Something bad's going on at the Mexican border right now. There's a lot more going on here than it appears. A lot. But we also have come to a point where if it's going to break down more from here, it's going to need some liquidity. And the best way to do this, remember, the ETFs come on tomorrow. That's not the point. The point is they're going to merge something. Don't you guys see how we're trying to turn this into a one world? It's not just a one world government, guys. They're trying to make us all one. Smart cities. They're trying to confine us, constrict us, take away our wealth. But yeah, that's what I got, everybody. Honestly, I appreciate you. I gotta go though. I gotta go. This is interesting. You know, this is interesting. I pointed out that level, $2.09, because that's where the liquidity strand ends. That's also where technically you could double tap 1, 2, you know, so technically right here, 209. That's where we're probably seeking. But, you know, it's an amazing thing. What did I mean by sweet cycles? Trading with J-Ride. What did I mean by sweets? But I don't know. Paper hands be gone. Oh yeah, paper hands they're jumping off a cliff. So something I used to do. My voice is a little off, and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go. When things were bad. Well, I don't want to leave you alone, but I'm dealing with my I've just been draining and stuff, but here we go. Ready? We'll do this one time. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. You know what time it is. Oh, thank you so much, Jacob, for remaining in Tom's army for a second month. Oh yeah, this will be something to discuss tomorrow. But ladies and please stop panicking. Just hold. I might take a look at the Dow futures after I get done with this. But ladies and gentlemen, hey, some people might not have never seen this before. So I've been doing this since 21. So ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? Ladies and gentlemen, the sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did and we will and we are and we won't and we will and we are and oh my god, it'll never end and we will and oh my god, do we put a rope and oh no. Stay true. Stay blessed. Don't tease sunny days. Hell no, I would never just tease sunny days. Oh no, I'm telling you guys right now, I would be stunned if we don't go take all that liquidity to the top side. So I'll catch you all later. The last thing I'll lead you on is we'll just take a look at the Dow futures real quick. Let's see if they... Well, that's not a good headline at 612. Dow futures plunge. At 615, oh, the Dow was down 500 points at 615. Uh-oh. I appreciate all the kind words, everybody. Dow futures. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, we're down like 500 points. Down like 500 points. Anyhow, we'll update this in a little bit in the morning. But have a blessed one, everybody. Don't jump off a cliff and try not to let your emotions punch you in the nuts. Just remember, we've got so much liquidation now at $3.40 and 50 cents. I don't even know. I can't believe